Test, test. Okay, everybody, welcome to JKeSports F1 2020. This is round 16 of the season. We are in Russia today. Got a few cars getting ready to start some flying laps. Looks like Diego's first in line. Little background on the league, North American based. It's ran by J&K, hence the JKeSports. The J&K being JL Scavney and K-Dog, the Mercedes team. In real life, this has been a Mercedes-dominated Grand Prix since no one else has ever won it. In the 8 runnings, 2 in the 1900s, and then 6 starting back in 2014. Lewis Hamilton has 4 wins, including the last 2. In the JKeSports League, Scavney is in the point lead as Sam Barrett took over second place with a win last week in Singapore. As they're coming around, he takes the green. Start the first flying lap is Diego. Looks like Brian Mosser right behind him. Yep, that's definitely Mosser behind him. And we've got a Renault out there. Looks like H driving the Renault this week. See Diego, 8th gear, 190 in the left-hand loop. Looks like Mosser might be catching up a little bit behind him as they come around turn 8. Looks like it's stacking up a little bit with some cars on outlaps trying to get out of the way as well. We've got Diego. Looks like Mosser catching him a little bit. Could be an advantage being behind there with a little bit of slipstream for the quick straightaway there. Down into the slower, tight final sector with a bunch of 90-degree turns to finish the lap as he comes around. Now comes around the final corners. There's turn 18, turn 19, a little bit of a yellow somewhere, just a little slow. As Diego puts up a 135 flat, Brian Mosser puts up a 134 flat. We've got H coming around the bend now. He sets a time of, oop, I don't have that up on the thing. Where's that? There it is. Alright. So, I didn't see his time. Looks like a 134, 135. K-Dog puts a 135. 7. And here we see Captain Schmeg coming around the final turn. He's got a few wins this season. That puts him up P3 right quick. As Random Sirius, his teammate right behind him today, goes P3 quickest. Here comes Cam Cam. He beat me to the punch for the pole position there. Looks like Scavney, that might have been Lord Zed, just put up second. Scavney on a possible flyer as well. It's hard to keep up on qualifying when everyone's going at the same time. No, looks like he's on low fuel, so you got Zap on an outlap. Let's go watch Sam. He's your last week's winner from the pole, I believe. Kind of a dominating performance, as he has 6 wins on the season now. Captain Schmeg with 3. Scavney and Hildebeest both with 2 each. I don't know if it was the attendance or what that dropped him down in the point standings, but he's a good 40-50 points behind Scavney for the lead with 6 races to go, including tonight's Russian Grand Prix. And try to find someone on a lap here. Looks like Zap. Coming through sector 2 now. They're just on the left, take the right hand turn 11, where you're basically flat out all the way down to turn 14 at the hard right hand. Oh, excuse me. As Kenny 25 puts up P2. Snuck that one in there on me. And Zap around the final sector. Stays in 3rd gear through those 2 turns. Good smooth exit. Up to 7th, back down to 4th there. A tiny bit of lockup. Looks like a good lap for pole position by less than 1/10 of a second over Cam Cam with a 131.8. We'll see Mark of Kenya. Looks like he just started his flying lap. Right behind him is Sib Wolf. We'll call him Wolf. Charging lamp on an outlap. Coxie on an outlap. Everyone else in the pits Looks like Diego on his second flying lap. See if he can improve on his P12 start. P13 as looks like H went ahead of him there. Diego on low fuel though. I don't know if he's gonna make it. See what we've got now. Johnny 5, 11th. Looks like Mark down the backstretch. Hits over 200. 204 he hits. What's up? Purple second sector there. Mark, one of the faster drivers. He's got a couple wins this year. As we've got 19 cars on the grid today. As Mark puts up P2, can't unseat Zap from pole. He is 0.02 of a second behind. Good lap for Mark. Zap ducks back into the pits. A bunch of people on their out laps. Looks like Sib just put in P10. Not too bad. Looks like Mosser putting up another flyer. Try to improve on P12 for him. He hits the DRS zone. Wide open, full speed, full throttle. He also hits about 204. He comes down into the hard 90-degree sector 3. It's a lap time of trying to better his lap time of 134. Looks like he's gonna do that by a lot. 132.2 puts him up to 4th place. Only 4/10 bumps him down to 5th right away there as Coxey goes P1. Yes, I believe Scavney's probably on another flyer. I think most of these people are on their second flying laps. Usually get time for a good 3 flying laps. If you want to carry the extra fuel and try to do 2 laps in 1 run, I do that sometimes in case you botch something on your first lap. You can still go and not have to pit again right away and get another lap in. We're watching Scavney down the turn 18. Comes around turn 19, final turn. Bumps himself up to P6 with a 6/10 quicker lap. Let's see, charging lamp slowing down. Looks like Random Serious on a flyer. Coming in turn 3. There's 17, 18. There's 19 turns on this Russian Grand Prix circuit. 12 to the right, 7 lefts. Random Serious betters his time up to P9. Looks like it's going to be tight midfield here. We got a second separating 1st to 11th right now. And a couple of these guys I'm sure will get some quicker times as Sam starts a second flyer. Charging lamp, looks like he's headed for the pit lane. Here we've got terrible F1. Well, let's hope you're not so terrible. In the McLaren. I believe he's one of our reserves today. We'll stick with him as he goes down the back straight. Looks like he's got a low fuel light. Into the final 90s. Reminiscent of the first sector of Baku a little bit with all the 90-degree turns. Here comes, he runs out of the ERS in the last turns as a lot of people do. What's up, P6? P6, half a second off the lead. lead the pole, I should say, as Cam's coming around for another lap. Scavney invalidated, drops into the pit lane. Here's Cam, round turn 5, 5-8. Yep, I was on the wrong end of the track there as Sam puts up pole position by 7/10 of a second. I think Sam's going for that title. He's on a mission lately. Outpacing the field by quite a bit. Lord Zed takes P2. A lot of people back in the pits. We'll keep an eye here on Cam as he's coming around into the 3rd sector. Final corners. Looks like he's up on his time. No, he ducks into the pits. Decides he'd rather try to get one more run out of it. So he's on in lap. I believe K-Dog would be on a flyer here. She's down on her time so far though, so she'll try and harness some energy for the last lap. Nope, she's gonna duck you back into the pits too, so we'll go check H coming in sector 3. Takes the right, hard right, turn 17, another hard right of 18. A little bit of a corner cut, that is acceptable here. Wide around, goes way wide, but does improve to up to P8. Improved his lap by quite a bit there. Looks like Mark, not sure if he's on a flyer. Looks like he's going pretty full speed. I believe most everyone should be ducking in the pits or coming out of the pits. H just finished a lap. Here's Icy Taxi to fill the grid. Don't think he'll be able to jump into a car for the qualifying as we've got 3 minutes to go. Zap out of the pits now on his flying lap. Into sector 1 here. That's the top 4 in the pits. They're still gonna get out pretty soon here. A little bit longer of a circuit here, so it takes a while on an out lap to get all the way around. Zap held provisional pole for a minute, so we'll stick with him. See what his sector 2 time is. Comes down to the hard right, turn 11. A couple little local yellows, I think. People trying to let other people by on their flyers. This happens towards the end of qualifying. Looks like the Renault does get out of the way for Zap. Good job getting out of the way there. But didn't impede him too much. He's still on good fire. About to run out of his ERS. Puts up P2. P2, 1.16 behind Sam's pole speed for now as Brian Mosser. Looks like charging lamp just went P6. Brian Mosser starts his 2nd flying lap. 3rd final flying lap, why don't I just say? Everybody on some out laps now. Looks like Random Serious is on a flyer. I think we've got a few. Sib is also on a flyer. Brian Mosser. Braylo. Haven't heard from Braylo yet today. As he comes around, I don't know if he's going to make it back around. We got 40 seconds left in the session. You do get to finish any lap. You can get started before the clock hits 0. Looks like most everyone will be able to get across the line. We're on board with K-Dog. We'll ride with Sib Wolf comes across to complete his lap. Stays P17. Random serious. We see Scavney on a good flyer. Where'd Mosser go? Ooh, there he is. See, should be down into that sector. As the checkers do fly. These are all the final laps now. As Mosser calls off his run. So Mark getting out of the way. Seems that look like Captain Schmeg coming around. There's a little bit of lag, so I'm not sure if these fires. Mark of Kenya retires. He's got P8 at the moment. Sam on a flyer. Let's see if he can better his pole speed. Lord Zed and a Williams here. Coming around for the long straight to finish up Sector 2. As Braylo takes checkers. Looks like Scavney P6 takes checkers. Coxey up to P3. Lord Zed seeing if he can get one or two of those positions back. He was sitting in P2 at one time. As he comes down into the final 2 turns. Looks like Captain Schmeg right behind him. There's Lord Zed. A little slow around the final turn. Does not improve his time. Captain Schmeg does not either. So it looks like we've got Terrible 1F1 does get up to P10 by improving his time. So I believe that's everyone unless Diego. Nope, he's going to the pits. So that's everybody. Johnny 5 on an outlap. Must not have made it back in time. And that'll be everybody. So Sam Barrett takes pole position again. With a 1:30.949. Good lap by him. You got Zapp second, Coxey in third, Lord Zed fourth, Cam fifth, Scavney sixth, Charging Lamp 7th, Mosser in 8th, Mark of Kenya 9th, Terrible F1 in 10th, and Free Tire Choice goes to 11th back. That's Random Serious, H in 12th, Captain Schmeg 13th, Kenny in 14th, Johnny in 15th, Diego 16th, Sib 17th, K-Dog 18th, Braylo 19th, and Icy Taxi will start 20th and last on the grid with a full grid here for, I believe, the first time in the JKeSports League. Should be a blast, everybody. We're going to have a few minutes, hopefully, between the race or the qualifying and the race. So that gives me a little breather, too. I'll be right back, everyone. Alright, while we have a minute here, we'll go over some of the standings for the league here. After round 15 of Singapore, you've got Scavney with 228 points, which is a 53-point lead on Sam Barrett. Oh, excuse me. In third place is Hildebeest with 169 points. Captain Schmeg fourth. Brian Mosser in fifth. Braylo sixth. Mark of Kenya seventh. Chris Money eighth. Johnny ninth. Cam 10th. Charging Lamp 11th. Conman 12th. Isolate 13th. K-Dog 14th. Lord Zed 15th. Coxie 16th. ALR Hirsch 17th. Diego is 18th. Seaberry 19th. And Icy Taxi in 20th. As we've got a couple of people disqualifying their formation laps. Oh, the constructor rundown goes the other way. It's a 50-point lead for Alfa Romeo. Not quite 50, 48-point lead for Alfa Romeo over Mercedes. Renault in third, AlphaTauri fourth, Racing Point fifth, Ferrari in sixth, Red Bull seventh, Haas is eighth, Williams in ninth, and McLaren in 10th in the constructors' points. With 6 races to go, kind of a 2-horse race for constructors, unless Renault can get a couple 1-2s and get back in it. But in the Drivers' Championship, Scavney, if Scavney just stays as steady as he's been all year, he should clinch the title. Sam Barrett's a strong contender, but he's 50 points behind with 6 races to go. Not saying it can't be done, but it would be tough. Could be tough. As Hildebeest, the only other one really in shouting distance, he is 59 points behind Scavney. And 8 points behind Sam, who just passed him after winning in Singapore. As the grid gets back to the starting line, looks like about everyone's there. We're waiting for some lights. Sam on pole, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. No lights, it's race time. Looks like a pretty clean getaway from everybody. McLaren makes a move to the middle in the middle of the pack. Sam just takes the lead. Coxie, I believe, picks up a spot for second. Big crash in the back. The Renault spins. Looks like a Racing Point hits him as well. Looks like H got hit or spun. K-Dog gets a penalty for a collision with Johnny. We've got a virtual safety car right now, as there's no retirements. Johnny 5 picks up a penalty for colliding with random Sirius. Sam, smooth getaways. It's Coxie, Zap, Zed, Scavney, looks like all about the same. Cam might have dropped a spot. Brian might have dropped a spot. Green flag back out. Coxie gonna try to hang on to Sam. Looks like Zap's gonna pull away the first 3 a little bit. Looks like Zed didn't get a good jump on that safety car restart. So we've got a pack growing behind there with Brian Mosser and Cam. Both Ferraris. 9th and 10th. H passes random Sirius. He must have damage as the Ferrari of Charging Lamp looks inside of Cam. Looks like a little bump into Mosser there, but he gets clean through that turn. We're coming around to finish the first lap now in sector 3. A lot of action on this one as Zap hanging on to 3rd. Sam with a smooth getaway. He'll lead the first lap. No problem there for Sam. Zap looks like Coxie spins a little and then missed where he's falling out. Oh, he fell all the way back. Did he go in the pit lane? Johnny 5 in the pit lane. H in the pit lane. Coxie must have just spun. We He's got 3 cars pitting on the first lap. Must have had the damage. Let's go. Interval. Position changes. There is a lot of position changes. Oh man, I hope it's not doing that again. So, not sure why it keeps messing with it. But Sam is in the lead, I believe. His random Sirius was in the pit. God, I hate when it does that. So we'll just say Sam's in first, Coxie second, Zap third, and it looked like the getaway order of the first lap. Lord Zed. Looks like my stuff's still messing up. I wonder if I can like leave and come back, if it would fix it. There we go. That should have done something. We'll see. Scavney gets by Zed for 4th place. Zed goes right back by though. It's going to be a little battle there. Into the left loop of turns 4 and 5. Or 3 and 4, I guess. Is that one? It's Terrible F1 just hanging on to the pack. Looks like he's been running pretty smooth. Mark up to 7th. Charging lamp 9th, dropped back a little bit. Ryan Mosser is still in 10th. Kenny goes way wide there for 11th. Schmeg, Diego catching up with Captain Schmeg. Looks like he might have tapped the wall a little bit. So we got a tight little battle here. Here's Braylo and Diego trying to hold on to Captain Schmeg and get around him as Braylo goes to the inside. He's got the medium tires. Oh, looks like a little bit of a push out there as Diego, Schmeg, and Braylo tap each other. A little bit of a scrunch up into turn 14 there. Sam puts up fastest lap. We're on lap 4 now. And Schmeg drops into the pit lane. He's got damage. It's like a bunch of cars damaged in these first few laps with some little taps and bumps. As Mosser looks to the inside of charging lamp. Can't quite get her done there. It's Cam catching up. Mark Kenya tries to go around the outside. Long way around Terrible F1. He's not going to get it done. He's going to stick with the outside line and force Terrible F1 to race him hard. As they're both being clean. It's like a little wide there. He sets Mark up, but he's got the outside of every turn. Looks like a little tap there. As there's a yellow in sector 1 as that must be Schmeg or Random Sirius spun in turn 1 or front stretch. Looks like Captain Schmeg. He's falling down the order. As there's Random Sirius. Nope, Captain Schmeg spun up farther. There's good racing here between Mark and Terrible F1. They've been side by side almost a whole lap as Mark finally gets it done, and I think Cam's going to take advantage, but he's going to have to go the long way around as well. All these cars on soft tires, being the top 10 starters. Pit window should open here in a few laps, I believe. This looks like Zed's right back on Scavney, seeing if he can get a peek down the inside. Not quite enough. A little puff of smoke from Scavney there as Coxie's trying to hang on to Zap. As So you got little battles all through the top 10 as Cam does get around. Terrible one. F1 is Kenny. It's up into 10th. It's like H gets passed by Sid Wolf. Cam. Sector 3 yellow looks like one of the Renault spins. That's going to be H spinning out in Sector 3. He's going to get it going again. He's in 20th place right now. Last of the runners with the full grid still 5 laps in. Looks like the closest battles are for 7th and 8th, and Lord Zed and Scavney for 4th and 5th. They've got similar pace, it seems. They've just been right on each other all race so far. And this terrible one gets back around Cam. I'm kind of wondering who's going to start the pit stop parade of trying to undercut. As there's the first runner on the mediums, looks like 12th, Braylow. It's Diego, K-Dog on the softs. I suppose I could just look at that on the list. We'll go right back to this battle for a minute. Lap 6 here of 27 today. Russian Grand Prix round 16. It's a 3.6 mile track. Fastest lap race record 1 minute 35.7. We'll see if anyone's gotten that yet. What tire everyone's on? That's Braylow. Looks like almost everyone on the softs. A couple people at the bottom have stopped. 16th back have stopped, so looks like the top 3 have stayed the same. Mark up 3 spots. Looks like Braylow up 7. I thought he started from the back. Still probably the best racing on the track right now, as looks like Charging Lamp gets caught up in the middle of it. Zed's still hanging right with Scavney. Looks like he's got the DRS, he's got the move. He's got it clear and done, 4th place. See if he can hang on to it. Scavney coming right back. He takes it right back for 4th. Looks like Mark is catching up to him a little bit with this battling going on. It's Charging Lamp and F Terrible get into another battle right behind them. Scavney and Zed passing each other. We've got a yellow. Looks like a yellow. I believe that was H again. Mark right on the back of Zed now. The 3-way battle is 7 laps in. Pit window should be open. Looks like some DRS there. Zed gets around both, and Mark gets by Scavney for 5th. Zed hanging on to 4th. Coxie up in 3rd. Zap in 2nd. Zaps took a couple seconds out of the lead of Sam, as Cam gets a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Which that will hurt. He's going to have to serve it right now. There's Mark and Scavney still fighting it out. Good battle. A lot of guys with similar pace here in the midfield. Diego gets by Braylow. Icy taxi from last. So far up to 13th, but he's yet to pit. Cam will come out of the pits, looks like 14th place, 15th place. Zed leads the 3-car train. Let's see, Zap has caught up with Sam. It is for the lead. And watch this. Zap now in the DRS zone. Or not zone, but range. Almost to his DRS zone here on the front straight. There's not DRS there. I thought there was. He's taking little bites out still. Within half a second now. Zap in the Haas. Trying to make a pass for the lead, possibly. We're here on lap 9. Pit stops should be coming soonish for the leaders. I'm guessing lap 11, 12 maybe. Easily go 15 laps on some mediums to the end. And Sam holding them off, keeping them at bay. Some good racing going on here up for the lead. As the battle behind spread out a little bit. Everyone maybe taking some pace as there's a sector 2 yellow. As Zap does go around for the lead. He gets it done. Gets it done into turn 14 there in the hard braking zone. So Sam leads the first 8 laps. Pass on lap 9 by Zap. Takes the lead. Now on to lap 10. It looks like we've got just a little bit of spread field now. Scabney gonna pit lap 10. They're saying that's the one-stop strategy is ready. He goes soft medium. Lap 10, charging lamp also in. He goes soft to medium. Moves Mosser up a few spots. On track, Sam hanging within the disc with a DRS range. Zap goes well wide there. Scabney comes out of the pits. Looks like 9th, 10th place. Behind his teammate K-Dog, or in front of his teammate K-Dog. He's riding in 10th at the moment. His charging lamp is in the pit lane. He'll come out 13th. There's Cam right on him. As Cam gets around him, we're going to hang out. Watch Sam trying to battle back with Zap. Might be a ERS battle here. Most of the other battles on the track have all spread out, so looks like Sam and Zap neither opt to pit on lap 10. As Coxie does opt to pit on lap 10. And there's a sector 2 yellow as Kenny spins. It's just a local. Everyone gets going again. Looks like Kenny may be a lap down. No, I don't think so. As Brian Mosser goes to the pit lane. And Coxie out of the pits. AlphaTauri with a nicely timed pit stop there. As Brian also goes red to Red to yellow, but he needs a new wing, so he takes the extra few seconds. Just gonna drop him back a little bit. Sam still hanging on to DRS range of Zap. Coming down the long stretch, back stretch. Johnny 5 moves up a spot, passing people in the pit lane. It's K-Dog up to 9th, yet to pit. I believe only a few cars have yet to pit. I believe Braylo, K-Dog. Nope, there you go. The top 5 and K-Dog and Diego. As there goes Zap into the pit lane. We're gonna see where he comes out. Looks like the McLaren crew ready for their driver. There's Mark and Zed and Zap all pit. He goes mediums. Zed to the long end of the pit lane. He's on the short end. Mark's out on the mediums. Zed's out on the mediums. Looks like everyone's going soft medium. It's definitely doable as there's a spin in sector 3. Charging lamp spins, gets back going. K-Dog gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That'll hurt her chance there of picking up a spot with an undercut on Diego. As her crew serves the 5 seconds, gives her the new tires, and she's on the way. As Diego will stay ahead of her. As F1 comes into the pits, so everyone but Braylo and Sam have pitted now. As Sam takes a big lead over Zap, comes out still in second. Mark of Kenya 10 seconds behind that. Looks like the race is for 4th right now with Coxey, Braylo, Zed, and Scavney back together. Within the 2/10, Zed trying to get around Braylo. He's way fresher rubber. Looks like Braylo started the race on medium, so he could possibly go a few more laps. Probably want to make it to lap 17 or so. Maybe try and run the rest on a medium soft strategy. It's not bad because Braylo's got the speed. He could pick off some positions with some fresh softs at the end. As Sam is in the pit lane. It's a long, slow pit lane. He's got the medium tires. He's speeding up. Looks like Zap will get by, but barely. And his teammate H there in the other Renault. He'll hopefully just gets out of the way. And Sam and Renault match the Haas crew and get him out within the second the DRS range. This Mark of Kenya goes for a pass on Zed. Zed holds him off. Had more of an outside line. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Coxey that held him off. Okay, Mark is ahead of Zed. So Coxey in 3rd. A little bit of calm down again. Looks like Braylo the only one to not stop so far. He is up 12 positions as of the moment. He will probably fall a few back when he does end up having to pit. Maybe he'll catch a safety car, who knows. As we're about the halfway point, Sam within the half second of Zap. Zap puts up fastest lap of 1:35.4. Does that beat Lewis Hamilton's record? It does. He is now the new world record holder. As Sam gets by in turn 3 and 4. A long looping left. So he's going to hold the lead. Sam and Zap battling out first and second. Charging Lamp back in the pits. Must have had damage. Braylo still sticking it out in seventh. Sam putting a little distance. Oh, he wiggles there though. Could just be lag though. You never know with my. I have pretty good internet here, but this is on Wi-Fi on this PlayStation. And Sam's got a banger of a lap. He's 0.6 up on his time through sector 2. And Zap right on him. Looks like a little wiggle from Zap out of that corner, cost him a couple tenths. They are 10 seconds clear of the field as Captain Schmeg on soft tires puts up fastest lap in the race, and Sam takes it right away with a 1:34.8. He's got a second almost on Zap for second. Coxie to third, Mark of Kenya in fourth. Looks like Sib Wolf's catching up to Johnny 5. See if he can put a pass on, maybe try to hunt down Mosser for some points, or a point. It's a good debut for Terrible F1 here. He's running in 9th. Cam in 8th. Braylo 7th, still holding on with his original run on the medium tires. I'm gonna like that strategy. I think I always liked having the faster tires at the end of the race. You can put a lot more pressure on people on older, worse tires and make them make mistakes and get positions at the end of the race. We'll go watch Mark of Kenya for a minute in the Ferrari. Trying to track down Coxie, who's had him by about half second since the round of pit stops. A few people within some DRS range. Looks like Cam's catching Braylo. That goes sector by sector though. I think Cam must have a better sector 1 because it keeps fluctuating. There's Mark, still within the DRS range of Coxie. I think we've hit our second little lull where everyone's just doing laps, trying to get. Oh, as I say that, we get a sector 1 yellow. Was that Cam or Diego? Was it Cam? Looks like it was Cam in 8th place. Not sure what happened there. A little spin maybe. And Zap and Mark just keeping the pressure on Sam and Coxie respectively. It's like Johnny 5 catching up with the Sib Wolf. As Zap and Sam fighting for the lead side by side again. Sam wisely backs off a little there, I think. They're getting a little too hairy, but he goes right back around the outside. Good racing here with Zap and Sam. I like the way they keep it clean, but still good hard racing. Zap takes a little peek, decides he can't get it done there. Right on board a little bit with Zap here. That was a little on board with Zap passing Sam and Sam passing him back. Seems like they're trading positions here a little bit for the lead. They're a good 10 seconds clear of third place, who got a yellow in sector 3. But they're actually coming up to pretty quick. As Zap goes back around. As we've got, here comes the yellow. There's a, oh, full course safety car. Full course safety car. So Braylo might have made out. He's still going to have to pit depending where he gets back to the safety car. So they're going to have to slow it down now. I'm probably about everybody's going to pit as Zap ducks back in. Good time to get some fresh softs for the run to the end. Especially now that you're going to bunch the field back up. Coxie pits, Mark pits. Zed is going to stay out. Go for the track position. Scavney's going to duck in. Zed will take the lead by staying out. Looks like Charging Lamp was the DNF there. Didn't catch the actual accident. Cam ducks in the pit. I believe probably everybody will pit, maybe. Lord Zed stays out. Lord Zed stays out to take the lead with like 8 laps to go. Zap and Sam both pit. Coxie ball pits. Mark pitted. Scavney. Terrible did not, I believe. I don't think Brian did either. He might have wanted to play some track position as Cam. 9th, he took some soft tires, icy. 20th to 10th, he's got the mediums. Johnny 5. Sid. K-Dog on medium. So let's check out everybody's tires here. You got Zed stayed out. Terrible and Brian stayed out. Icy Taxi stayed out. So there's going to be a lot of people with some fresh softs around the front of the pack. Braylo pits. He's back to 15th now. H and Schmeg and last there. Let's go back up to the front. So everybody's pitted. No more pit stops required. 8 laps to go. Icy Taxi back of the grid, up 10 slots so far. Arc of Kenya's up 4 from 9th to 5th. Lord Zed started 4th, is now your leader. As we get another lap under the safety car. Fastest lap so far is Sam with a 1:34.8. I believe that's going to fall, as they now have soft tires for the end of the race. Oh, K-Dog gets another 5 second speeding penalty. And she pits for softs, I believe. Why not? To finish it out. As they serve her 5 seconds. Not gonna hurt you too much under the yellow. She might lose another spot, but that's fine. So here we are, lap 20 of 27. Lord Zed stayed out on this safety car. On the medium tires. Zap behind him. Pretty much everybody behind him. Back to terrible on the softs. Fresh softs. Schmeg right behind. They should let him go. They should put that rule in. I know they could. I don't know why they don't. The old lapped cars past the safety car. So right now, the car riding in 19th place is between first and second place on the grid. And it looks like he just busted and got a penalty for the leader for a severe collision. So, looks like Scabney got a 5-second there as well. I don't know if it's causing damage, but that's going to cost people their race now. Can be appealed to the stewards, those stupid 5-second penalties. Looks like we're going to have another safety car lap, as it would give you the gives you the notification at the beginning of sector 3 if there will be safety car in. As Captain Schmeg goes into the pit lane after the old collision there. Looks like the field is all caught up. Hopefully there's no brake check action. And just get a smooth start. Restart. So here we come into turn 2, sector 2. Duh. Turn 11. To go when we get to the line. Safety car will be in this lap. So Lord Zed's gonna lead him to the line here. As they're coming around in the final sector into the 90s, I call it. 16, 17, 18, 19. There's 17. He backs him up a little bit as there's no passing before the line, and he's growing green. Green flag. Green flag. 6 laps to go. Sam gets around Zap into turn 1. H takes a penalty toward the back of the field for track limits or something, corner cut. Sam and Zap right on, and Coxie. Mark of Kenya staying right on him. It's like a few passes here and there. Johnny up into the points. Passes Icy and Sib. Coxie in 4th. Looks like it's smoothed back out a little bit. Sam leads them in. Zed goes wide there. Sam has taken the lead. Zap right on Sam. Goes by, but it's fought right back. A tight group here for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. A little touch there with Zed. And Coxie, excuse me, as Mark gets by. Zap kind of shuffled back there. He might be playing it safe. Not sure if he picked up a little damage. Doesn't look like it. Zed falling back on the mediums. Probably should have pitted. Just trying to keep the pace. It's Mark. Sam taking off. Coxie up to 2nd. Mark in 3rd now. As he gets around Zap. Zap around Zed. Scabney on the back of Zed now. Looks like trying to hang on to those mediums might have been the wrong call. With 6 laps to go on this course, it'd be good to have a fresh softs for 6 laps as Sam gets fastest lap by a long shot. As Diego and H. Looks like a little tussle there. Sam 2 seconds clear now of Coxey. Mark of Kenya right on him. Zap trying to hang on. H takes a penalty for the pit lane. It's like Mark catching up on to Coxey there. Going for his 3rd win of the year. 2nd win of the year, excuse me. Mark was your winner in Italy at the Monza circuit in his Ferrari. Also putting up fastest lap in that race. As fastest lap right now is Sam in the lead. You got Scabney hanging on to 6th, your championship leader. Zed holding on to 5th in front of him. Looks like Zap and Zed kind of falling off their paces a little bit. Mark staying right on Coxey, trying to get 2nd place as we've got a yellow in Sector 2. Who's that? Cam? Nope, not sure. That might have been Diego again. As Diego gets a 10-second time penalty and retires from the session. Not sure if that was a disqualification as we get another safety car. As Johnny gets a penalty for the Braylo collision. K-Dog gets a drive-through for speeding. What a mess with a couple to go. Hopefully it gets cleared up. I'm going to try and see. No, they despawn. Looks like Diego hit into the turn 14 wall. So Kenny ducks into the pits, and now we've got Sam in the lead. Coxey in 2nd, Mark in 3rd, Zap 4th, Zed 5th. With possibly a 1-lap shootout here for the win. And Sam's coming around. He'll pick up the safety car on lap 25. So if the safety car comes in on lap 26, that would leave 1 lap to go with green flag racing. And everybody's going to be bunched up. Everybody's going to be on this fully RS. There will be no DRS after a full course caution. So we're going to have either this will be the final running order or we're going to have a 1-lap shootout for the Russian Grand Prix. As everybody will be trying to hold their overtake for the perfect moment to get the last lap passes. So I'm not sure. I guess we got a minute. We'll see if I can check the old incidents here. Who's holding penalties, I guess. Sam has none. Coxey has none. Oop, I skipped Mark. Mark has his warnings, so he could get a penalty. Zap has none. Zed with the 5-seconder from the yellow flag from before. Scavney also with 5 seconds. Terrible F1. 5 seconds is going to be huge in this race. With everyone bunched up for 1 lap, that could easily be 5-6 positions. Cam, that's probably been served. As Sib Wolf just picked one up for 10th, so that could cost him. His Braylo got one as well, though. So, and Random Serious. Looks like there's some penalties almost all around here at the back of the pack. And there's another more penalties handed out. Safety car in this lap, lap 25, so we're going to have 2 laps. I was not expecting that. That was a 1-lap safety car. That's because now there's more penalties being picked up. Sam says screw it, gets right on the gas and goes. We're going green flag for these 2 laps. He's going to try to check out. And Coxie trying to hang on. Mark as well. Looks like he got a little bit of a poor jump. Zap as well did. Almost everybody in the DRS range, but there will be no DRS because of the yellow. So it's just a shootout now. And hopefully your penalties ain't going to screw you at the end. Because right now, Zed's 5-second penalty would drop him from 5th to out of the points. And Scavney as well has 5 seconds right behind him. So we'll see. Ooh, Zap almost wide enough to hit the wall there. Mark of Kenya trying to hang on to Coxie and Sam for maybe shoot it out for the lead. We come into turn 11. Down the right, hard right-hand turn into the long straight. Zap gets around Mark for 3rd. Impressive showing for Zap's first couple races. Coxie still hanging on. Nope. Well, that is. I'm going to mute my phone real quick. Here comes Mark trying to hang on to Zap. Coxie is 2nd. Sam starts the final lap, 2nd ahead of Coxie. Zap 2nd behind that. Mark in 4th. H picks up another penalty. Brian Mosser picks up a penalty. That could be crucial as well. 3 seconds behind him is definitely a couple spots and probably out of the points. So here's Sam kind of cruising now. He's coming into sector 2, 8, 9, turn 10, turn 11. Zap, I don't know if he's going to have enough to catch Coxie, or even give it a run. I think there's going to be a lot of shuffling on that board when they cross the line with penalty times. But as of now, Sam Barrett coming around for his 7th win of the season. And 2nd in a row after winning last week in Singapore. He makes it the back-to-back Renault win for Sam Barrett. As there's a sector 3 yellow, as there's a spin, icy taxi spin, Sib Wolf on the last lap. Coxie 2nd, Zap 3rd. There's Zed with his time penalty, will drop down the order. Cam up to 6th. Zed dropping, Brian holds on to 9th. Cam Scavney in 10th. There's all the penalties being served from everyone finishing. K-Dog 16th there. Here comes H around the line to finish 17th. So 18 cars finish the Russian Grand Prix with the full grid of 20. Sam Barrett, your winner. Zap, I believe, did get second. No, Coxie got 2nd. Zap to 3rd. As Kenny 25, the driver of the day, according to the game. So Renault and Sam Barrett your winner today in the JKeSports Russian Grand Prix. There's Coxie spraying some champagne on him. Zap over there with his second consecutive podium for the Haas team. And the AlphaTauri of Coxie also on the podium. So your final running order is Sam Barrett in first, Coxie second, Zap third, Mark fourth, Terrible F1 with a debut 5th place finish. Cam got 6th. Kenny 7th from 14th on the grid with 4 pit stops. Lord Zed hangs on to 8th with penalty time. Brian Mosser gets 9th. Scavney gets 10th. Sibwolf 11th. Random Sirius 12th. Icy Taxi 13th from the back of the grid. 14th was Johnny 5. 15th Braylo. 16th was K-Dog. 17th H. 18th Captain Schmeg, a lap down. 19th with the DNF was Diego, and on 20th was Charging Lamp, the other DNF. So good battling, good racing, safety cars at the end to mix it up for everybody. Some good shootouts, a lot of penalty time there at the end. We'll see how that shakes out in the steward's room. But for me, another great race. Always fun announcing and watching you guys. So for the JKeSports League, I am Spaceman 47 Yo, saying we'll see you next week in Japan. Good night.